Welcome to season 1 and 2 review.
Yes.
More to say, a full year, full timing review.
Yes.
So we have been on the road for a full year.
Amazing.
Amazing it is. We traveled how many miles in the full year?
We've traveled over 11,000 miles, 11,041 miles to be exact.
Exactly. So we started in Cape Cod.
Yep.
We headed south, did a little zigzag, came around through California,
Yep.
up over the top through Montana, back to, we actually ended season 1. We were on our way back to Cape Cod, but we slowed down quite a bit. So we actually ended in, as we got to Detroit.
Right.
So a full year on the road came in just before Detroit. So Mackinac Island was kind of our last stop of the full year on the road.
And it's been a fun time.
It has, absolutely. We have some numbers to go over. How much we spent in campgrounds.
Right.
How much we spent in fuel.
It's pretty surprising too, so
they should stick around to the end.
Yes.
If they haven't subscribed already to us, what should they do?
You should subscribe down below. Make a comment. We would love comments, especially how you guys have done your first year on the road.
Yeah.
And give us a thumbs up. We'd love
Absolutely. I had a great time on the road.
I've had a great time as well.
Good. That's important. We went and saw some amazing places, but we also had some really fantastic experiences.
Right. We sat down and we're trying to figure out what are the best things we've been doing around this country. And we're trying to think of for each individually and for Jimmy. Jimmy should be included.
So let's talk about Jimmy first.
Yes.
Everyone asks us, what does our dog, Jimi Hendrix, think of being on the road? He absolutely loves it.
Loves it.
Loves meeting new people.
Yes.
The only thing is he doesn't get to meet as many people as he wants to.
Right.
That's his only negative comment.
And for us, he's a fantastic traveler. I mean, he does great in his little travel carrier while we're driving down the road in the RV. He's happy in his crate in the coach. So, yeah, he does fantastic.
He's a happy dog. As long as he's with you and me, he's happy.
He's always happy.
But the best experience I have that will answer for him, obviously he's a dog.
Right.
I think Dog Beach in Ocean Beach, San Diego area.
It was fantastic. And we'll highlight the video
absolutely.
San Diego.
There and down below.
He's just so happy. I mean, he had a chance to just run around with other dogs. Well,
it wasn't the dogs that he loved so much.
He loved the other people.
He loved all the other dog owners.
Yes, he loves
being on the leash. He did realize about halfway into being there that he should stick around Mom and Dad a little bit more, as the dogs wanted to play with him more.
The bigger dogs are like, hey, come play.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, I just want to see your owner.
It was just happy to see him so happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How about for you? What was one of the highlights great experiences all around, but what was one of the highlights of the first full year?
I think one of the biggest things for me was when we went to Park City, met up with our friends, the Johnsons, and they got us to go up in a chairlift.
Right, at Sundance. Sundance Ski Resort.
And I am not a big fan of heights. I've expressed this in many videos over the last year. And as I get older, it seems to get worse, but
She does fine.
I did fine, but I loved it. It was to be one with nature with those chairlifts. I mean, there's no snow, so it was perfect weather.
And I'll put that video link on down in the description as well. For me, so many things. I think one of the things that we wouldn't have found if we weren't RVing is one of the things that really stands out to me, and that was we were part of Harvest Host, and we did the B.B. King Museum in Indianola, Mississippi, and that's a place I would have never found randomly just on our own. So I had a great time there. I thought it was a for such a small town. The museum was fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
Well put together, well run.
Yes. Great
people. Got to sleep in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Did a whole episode on that as well, so we'll put that link down below. But yeah, that was it. And then I like to eat. Part of traveling is experiencing different places and different foods.
Yes.
What was one of your food highlights?
Oh boy, I think
both of us would say the Coldwater Tavern.
Yeah, Coldwater Tavern in Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Was so
which is where
unique.
I got this hat, which you'll see in a lot of videos.
That's right there.
Unfortunately, this hat is on its last legs.
So we have to contact.
I might have to talk to Donna in Coldwater Tavern, see if she can send me a new one. I'll give her my credit card. But yeah, loved that location. Loved getting to meet Donna, the manager.
Right.
But the food was fantastic.
Right.
The ambiance was even better than the food.
Yeah, there's
almost.
so much history.
Not quite. The food was better, but the ambiance was awesome.
There's so much history there, and we met some really great guys from California, firemen that were sitting nearby and were very inquisitive about what we were doing. So,
and if you want to know more, it was a stagecoach stop back in the day. So watch that video from Santa Barbara. Again, I'll put the link down below. And it was just, I thought, a fantastic place. Also getting to go to the presidential museums. Obviously, we had to slow down because of COVID, but loved going to the presidential museums. We got a little stamp book. And so that was nice to see, politics aside, just what was going on in that time period of that president's presidency.
Yes.
So that was really cool, and some of the artifacts and everything like that.
And we've done 3 so far. So, right?
Yes. I had to think. In the full years, we did 3.
We had many more on our list.
Right. Have to reschedule for the next swing around the country.
We'll get it done at some point.
Some of the products that have been really key for us on the road.
Oh my gosh. So the biggest one that we got before we started was a Berkey water system.
Yes.
And again, that's highlighted
right on top right
in
here.
another video we got. And it is amazing. So I never have to worry about our drinking water because I always know it's going to be safe.
That's a big thing.
It's huge because when you're camping full time, you could be at all kinds of various campsites, but the Berkey I can trust, and I fill up a couple pitchers, I put them in the fridge, and we're good to go.
If you don't know what a Berkey is, it's like a Brita water pitcher system
to the next
on
level.
Steroids. I mean, it is just. They have all different sizes, small.
Right.
We have a larger size because we drink a lot of water.
Right.
And
the best thing for me is I don't have to change that filter as often. It's fantastic. So we'll again link you to the video and you can see.
Yeah, so actually I'll even put a link down below to our Amazon store page where you could get it or read more information about it.
Right.
Also, I think something that we picked up later was the water softener.
Yes.
That was something we wanted to get earlier. It's an expensive piece, so we really had to wait.
Right.
So as we got our budget under control, which we'll talk about later, and it's a great system because it's for longevity of your coach.
Right.
It's not so much for doing dishes and stuff like that, like at a house, but for us, that hot water heater is something that's vital to the systems, and you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
And it's not like it's so easy to recharge just with using table salt.
Right.
So I think that water softener was a big thing for us. The other thing that I loved, and I know you agree with me, is how many friends and family we've gotten to see in this past year.
Many old friends that we haven't seen in years, for me and for you.
Yeah, from your school days, from my college days, from my first job, school days, from my first work experiences, people that I hadn't seen, from my friends, family, from my wedding that I hadn't seen. And we look forward to doing that again. And I really enjoyed meeting your friends and getting to hear the stories of young Anne.
Vice versa with this guy.
My stories are
Always
boring
fun.
compared to hers.
No.
But it was exciting.
Yes.
Obviously, about the start of season 2, something happened in the entire world and definitely our country. And with the COVID virus, we really had to make some alterations to how we plan things and how we had to do things.
Right.
Mainly, you couldn't go out. I mean, we visited the Monterey area. We were going to do an episode on Monterey.
And then everything shut down.
Couldn't film anything.
Yeah, we're in California, and they really shut things down early.
Yeah, we were there for 60 days. No filming, so I had to really kind of get creative with some of the footage we had, and that's why you'll see so many part 2s and part 3s of San Diego and Los Angeles because we had so much stuff that I could do that, but mainly because we couldn't film anything at Hearst Castle or Monterey or
none of it was open.
Big Sur, all that areas.
Right.
I mean, you couldn't go to even into national parks.
Right.
So we definitely, once we were able to start traveling again, we stayed safe. We had our masks, but we kind of altered how we visited cities and areas.
Yeah, you've got to be, when I would look up different areas of places to go visit, it's a bummer. There's certain things we really would want to do, and I'd be like, oh, it's closed. So
like presidential
libraries. It is
libraries.
what it is, yeah. There's just nothing you can do about that. Minor league baseball games was something we really wanted to hit on. And again, couldn't do it. So we'll plan for the future.
Someday in the future.
Yes.
Exactly right.
So the key for us with COVID was obviously wearing our masks. So we've got masks taken care of wherever we go. We always have them with us. There's not a problem there. So, and then we're in our coach in our home.
Yeah,
so,
we're in a little bubble.
And we always, if we meet people, we kind of keep our distance, and we're always aware of it.
That's a perfect. Couldn't say it better.
I mean, everyone, it's individual, but for us, we've continued to travel. We could have just stopped and gone and stayed someplace for the whole year, but we wanted to keep going with this, and we just decided let's just be as safe as we can.
Roll with the punches, so to speak.
Exactly. So that's what we do.
And
for COVID.
And that kind of brings us to a thing that we like to wrap up about. I mean, we're still going to talk about the budget, so don't worry, that's coming up. But even our worst day out on the road,
right.
I feel like, for me, it's still better than previous days.
Right. Things are going to break.
Things are going to break.
All the time. We've had our experience of we were getting ready to go. Drew is hooking up the Jeep, and he sees an orange fluid coming out from the RV. That can't be good.
No. But, you take it in stride, and you fix it, and you deal with it.
Yep. And we dealt with that problem as a Band-Aid to Florida, so it can be done.
So let's get into the budgeting, because I know that's what a lot of people are wanting to hear about. What did it cost us for a full year on the road?
Right.
We didn't put in restaurant costs,
groceries.
Or hey, duck, I'm talking. We didn't put in restaurant costs or things we saw. You'll see more of that later for us. But we really just wanted to kind of concentrate on traveling, what it costs to actually travel to these different places.
Right.
And fuel is one thing that was something we really had to budget for, as well as repairs.
It does cost. It does cost quite a bit, especially for your diesel fluid for a Class A RV.
Yeah. There are some things that you can do to help yourself with diesel fuel.
We had friends who told us about the EFS program. It's like an account for truckers, basically, and the more people that sign up for it, the better savings you can get. And they included RVers on that as well, which is great. So I looked through the numbers.
So it's like this EFS card.
Yep.
And it's like a fuel card. And if you're interested for more information, let me know, because I can send you a link on it.
Yep.
And give you some information.
But we did find that the biggest savings, because the nice thing is you can go on the app once you filled up and see how much you actually did save at the fuel pump. And we noticed that. And
use it kind of like the Gas Buddy app to see what the prices are around you.
Yes. And we had saved $35 in one visit with that diesel fuel card. And
amazing.
It was about $1.98 a gallon at that time. So for
well
diesel,
under
that
what
was well
diesel costs were at the time.
Yep.
And I know we talked about this. Diesel prices vary. We did kind of an average in our budget, because when we were in Texas, it was a lot cheaper than when we were in Pennsylvania or California. Exactly right. So we did, as we said, 11,000 miles on the road.
Yep.
What was our cost for RV stops for those 11,000 miles? So for stays, this is what we spent.
Well, let's start on gas. We'll finish with
This is why I have her. She's so smart.
So for gas for the
So
year,
lucky.
we're not including unleaded fuel with our Jeep.
Yeah, because
really the key is people want to know with your RV, because you kind of can figure out how much you spend in gas.
Yeah, I mean, you know what your car does, and everybody's car is different, but everybody's diesel engine is different also.
Right.
But we're just trying to give you kind of a sense of what we spent in that 11,041 miles.
Total for the year that we spent on diesel fuel was $3,272.28.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
For 11,000 miles.
Right.
Not too bad.
Yep.
And then for stays, getting back to where we
Yes.
slept.
Yep.
Now, we have a variety of things. We do have Thousand Trails. We did include the cost of our yearly Thousand Trails membership into that.
Yep.
So we cost $4,598 for the full year of actual sleeping, where we slept. Harvest Host obviously is free unless you spend money at the place, which they encourage. And then Thousand Trails is free for us, but we, as I said, added that $550 in. So that broke down to $383.17 per month, just in dwelling.
And how much was that per day?
So per day, that gets to $12.60 per day. So really, I mean, if you think about a hotel, good luck finding a hotel for $13 a night in a beautiful, like San Diego or Los Angeles or something like that.
Yep.
Both of them combined, both our fuel and our stays, our campground fees, came to $7,870.28 for the entire year.
Right.
That's the entire year of fuel and stays.
And how much does that break down to a month?
That breaks down to $655.86 per month for fuel and stays. I don't know too many places where you could get rent for that. Right. So it just shows you that it's not as expensive as you may think it is.
Right.
That being said, budget in for repairs.
Right.
That's what killed us our first year. There was a lot more repairs. Now, we bought a used coach, so we didn't have a warranty, and we knew that going in, and we were ready for it, but it did use up a lot of our startup capital.
Right.
But again, even on our worst day, it's still better for me.
Right. Yeah, we had a great time. I mean, we've stayed at so many different types of RV resorts, campsites, campgrounds, whatever you want to call them.
And we've traveled trying to stay around 70 degrees for the entire time.
Yes.
For the next season 3, we're on the road right now.
Yep. Look at this wonderful background.
Beautiful. We are in the Outer Banks of North Carolina this second.
Right. We are at 1,000 Trails.
We are at 1,000 Trails. Free.
Yes.
Talk to me about where's a spot that you're looking forward to. So in this next year, we're going to have season 3 and 4.
Right.
So for season 3, which already started, you're already watching it, started in Detroit.
Right.
Where's one stop that you're looking forward to?
Well, I think Hilton Head, South Carolina, should be a really cool stop to go to.
100% agree.
I know he got us a campground. Not usually.
Yeah, we're treating
at $13 a night.
We're treating our Hilton Head as a vacation, and that's one of the things that is a good subject to talk about.
Right.
Is that not every stay is inexpensive. You have to balance it. You have to take some of the more expensive and some of the less expensive and kind of put it together. So,
and you can choose how many days. You could choose 1 day or 3 days or a week, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's on your budget.
Yeah. So we're treating Hilton Head as a vacation spot because we didn't want to have to travel too much into it. We wanted to be kind of in the heart of the action so we could ride our bikes.
So what are you looking forward to?
I agree with you at Hilton Head. I'm also looking forward to actually going to Dallas and experiencing Dallas.
Yes.
We only went to Dallas to pick up the RV.
Buy the RV.
So we were on the outskirts.
Right.
I want to sit down maybe with Bill if he has time for us.
Yes, our RV inspector we had.
Yeah, and just chew the fat, so to speak. Season 4 is Pacific Northwest.
Oh my gosh, yes. We are both looking forward to Oregon and Washington.
Yeah, and the Northern California even.
Right.
Like we're going to go up to the Russian River area.
Right.
Russian
or
River
seeing
Valley.
Yosemite and just seeing national parks we weren't able to see
exactly that now are reopened.
Yes.
But I'm like you, so eager to get to Oregon and Washington and travel that entire coast.
Yes.
And it's going to be just an amazing summer.
Yep.
Up there. But thank you.
Yeah, so thank you for watching. We just wanted to kind of go over some brief numbers with you, and there's so much more that we could list out for you, but we don't want to bore you.
Exactly.
Hopefully this is quick and to the point for you.
Yeah, and we'll see how our numbers are after year 2.
And thank you again for all the subscribers we've gained over the last year. We hope you're enjoying the videos. We've got some great videos to come.
I agree. And, we really look forward to hearing from our subscribers and really reaching out with questions. If you have questions about this video, feel free to go to our website. On the contact with us page. You can send me a text message, an email, whatever you want, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have about our budgeting.
Right. And we are also on other social media platforms, like we've said before, Facebook, Instagram.
Send us a tweet.
A tweet would be fantastic. We're on Pinterest.
I don't know anything about Pinterest, so you have to talk about that.
And Twitter. So
pin us a comment. Is that how it works?
Wow.
No, that's not how it works. Way off. So it was worth a shot.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next video.
Absolutely. Thank you.